Hello everyone, we are up to Nakshatra number 11 in this video series of Nakshatras that Billy and I have been working on. We're, getting through them, I guess, at a pretty good speed. So now we're up to 11, which is called Purva Phalguni. It is completely within the constellation of Leo, or it would be, the Leo constellation in Western astrology. So it's the second sign that's completely within that constellation. It goes from 13 degrees to 26 degrees of Leo. So if you have your sun, moon, or ascendant, any planets in that area of Leo, then that particular planet falls under the Purva Phalguni Nakshatra. So this Nakshatra is part of the... Well, actually, the Nakshatra specifically represents the part of Leo that's two of the stars sort of on the lion's back, on what Westerners would say is the lion's back of Leo. So it's sort of like, the strength, the backbone of Leo. But from a Vedic perspective, they saw these two same stars and associated them with the front two legs of a chair or a couch. And then, of course, the back two legs are part of the next nakshatra, Uttara Phalguni. So it's sort of like, a double nakshatra, like twin nakshatras. They go together. One's the front, one's the back. They complement each other in a lot of ways. But anyway, this full Purva Phalguni nakshatra is part of the Brahmin class, the Brahmin caste, which is the sort of, I don't really want to say highest, but most priestly, most spiritual knowledge-seeking castes in sort of Vedic Hindu traditions. So this is a group of people that this nakshatra is associated with, that can do spiritual things, such as forms of healing, bringing the dead back to life. This is it's a nakshatra that's ruled by Venus, which sort of is a contrast to the fire sign of Leo. So it's it sort of, I guess, tames the lion in a sense. So anyway, part of this Brahmin caste is that it understands the hidden realms of Maya. So it's more hidden knowledge than would be available to most people, or would be available to most of the population. So it is associated with secret occult knowledge, and using that. So its nature is Manusya, which is in layman's terms a human nakshatra. So it's associated with human knowledge and human higher understanding, as opposed to like godly higher understanding. Or it's ruled by Venus, as I said. So that's sort of adds a serious twist to conventional Leo people. So often, people who have signs in this part of Leo are, don't see themselves as being typically Leo. So that's part of the reason for that. It's, its symbol is the two front legs of the chair or a couch. So it's there are a few pairs of nakshatras like this that have the prefixes Purva and Uttara that sort of mean lower and higher in I guess in Sanskrit, and so it's associated with with sort of the lower part, the front part of it, of the pair of nakshatras. The animal that it's associated with is it's a rat, but it's a female rat. So all the occult symbolism that goes along with the rat, with its deviousness and just knowing things that, in using information that most people wouldn't dare use, sort of applies that and reinforces that. This is a water sign, so Leo is a fire sign. and they sort of seem to intuitively cancel each other out. So, like I said, it's it's a serious twist on Leo, just like Venus with the Sun, which is Leo's ruling sign. Venus and the Sun are never really too far apart, and a lot of people have them conjunct in their natal charts, but it's still something that really adds a twist to it, or adds something different. Basically, the idea of Purva Phalguni is that it translates into sort of a little fig tree, or a former reddish one. So it's you can take from that what makes sense to you for that. But anyway, so what does this mean? If you have this, how does this really characterize people, or sort of what are its main ideas? And one of the main ideas is that at once it's the source of all material affluence, while immovably grounded in transcendental, non-material reality. So I mean, what does that really mean? So non-material reality means that it's sort of in the spiritual realm, but it's still very materialistic, seeks affluence and seeks sort of luxuries, but in more transcendental sense, and instead of more of a not like a Taurian down to earth sense. It's more of a spiritual materialism. So it has a gift of through participations in sensory or material realm without becoming a slave to passion. So these people with strong aspects, or strong planets in this nakshatra, would have this appreciation of finer things, but without without having to really give up their spirituality, or succumb to inhibitions, or succumb to addictions, or being oversexed or anything like that. It's more of a tantric spiritual thing. It's these people are highly aware. Sort of refers to if you can picture a lamp at a door. It's sort of a signal, a beacon that they can follow, that other people might not be able to see. And they can see lights that are inside and outside of their realm, of their body and spirit simultaneously. So they're able to it's sort of a bridge between the spiritual and the material world. So it's sort of one of the few nakshatras that's like that. So what does this actually mean for you? If you have your sun, say, or your moon, nakshatras are normally associated with the moon. They don't necessarily have to be, but if you have your moon in this, what does it really mean for your character and the way you think? And one of the things it means is that you can be self-absorbed and overly dramatic. And this is, because you can see the spiritual and the material side of things, and you're a Leo. So, I mean, right off the bat, you're kind of, you're the sun, you're shining, you're, really confident and overly, not overly, but you're very, full of yourself, I guess, for lack of a better term. So, sort of fixed. You can. It's a So being fixed, and that could lead to sort of dramatism when it's combined with this sense of being a priest as well, or being a Brahmin. So you like to live life in the comfort zone, and all else is secondary. So what that usually means is that you're going to want to just make sure that you can provide for yourself and your family. Not necessarily, you're not necessarily going to want to try to become a millionaire or anything, but you'll want to be comfortable. You'll want to be, surround yourself with comfortable things, not overly indulgent things, not the nicest chocolates and champagnes, but certainly you'll want to be eating well and living a comfortable life. because your spirituality means that you're able to control some of the more carnal desires. You have a strong desire to be recognized, which shouldn't really be too much of a problem, seeing as you're a Leo. You have the tendency to be a little bit pompous. You think that you're the only one in the world that's the smartest, but you're forgetting that 1 out of every 27 people is a Purva Phalguni, so you're not alone. And even people in other nakshatras, they might be smart in different ways. So you are very smart, but you have a tendency to let it go to your head. So try to avoid doing that. That sort of goes along with having a high ego, which Leos are sort of prone to begin with, but that's even more emphasized in the section that's the 13 to 26 degree of Leo. That's Purva Phalguni. It can be very social, very willing to impart information on others and wanting to, kind of show off your knowledge by wanting to talk to other people about, and you can be very interesting conversationalist for that reason. But you can be a little reckless sometimes, and you can be a little rude. Like if people sort of challenge your knowledge, your wisdom, you might take offense to that and sort of lash out. You can be so that sort of adds on to being hurt easily. Normally you think very highly of yourself, but if someone proves otherwise or kind of shows you that, well, okay, maybe you're not so good at the emotional side of things, or you're not so good at this or that, you could become, because you're so high up to begin with, you have far to fall. And when you fall far, it hurts. So as a result, you can be very vindictive, hold grudges, take revenge on those that you feel have wronged you, and because you feel that you're so smart and so spiritual, you're going to feel that that people have wronged you. There's no fair trial necessary. You're the judge, jury, and executioner, and that's all that's needed. So you're not very analytical people. So even though you have all this knowledge, and even though you have all this, you're able to take in information and retain it and spew it out, you're not really able to put 2 and 2 together as well as some of the other signs might be. So it's something that you sort of can remember to sort of humble yourself, so that you don't fall into this trap of falling from great heights. You often want to live life to the fullest. And, here I don't really mean within carnal desires or anything too extravagant or luxurious, but you're not lazy. You don't want to just be watching TV all the time. You want to be out doing things, maybe bungee jumping or whatever you're into, and you're going to be into a lot of things. And of course, everything I just said relates to being self-obsessed. So try not to be so into yourself. I know you're a Leo, and I know that you're sort of the most self-obsessed faction of Leo, but
channel those into good self-obsession.
But yeah, being self-obsessed is okay, in certain good self-obsession. So if you can channel that energy into being being disciplined, to learn a new language or to get through a really long book, then you might feel all the prouder because of it, feel that you're so great. So okay, so what might you look like if you have a lot of, and I guess appearance is more like an outward thing. It more applies to if you have the sun in this nakshatra. So it's strongly ruled by Venus. So the typical Venus traits apply to it. The same, just like the Venus signs, like Taurus and Libra. Beauty and vanity would be important. So you're probably gonna.
Because you combine that with the ego with the sun.
Yeah, that's right. So you combine your beauty with the ego, And that leads to vanity. So, not only are you really smart and really spiritual, but you like to look your best, and you know how to look your best, so you know you're going to look better than anyone else. And it's going to be value for comfort. You're not going to feel right if you're not at the purpose. And you love your hair, and you might grow it out really long. So, and big. So yeah, it's, also relates to, it can relate to harmony and ease and in appearance. So you'll dress in a way that might just like fit in, but nobody will really know why. You'll have this little je ne sais quoi. But anyway, that pretty much sums up Purva Phalguni. Stay tuned for Nakshatra number 12, Uttara Phalguni, which relates to this a lot. And thanks for watching. Please subscribe if you've already subscribed. Like this video, and we hope to see you further on, and check out some of our other videos, and check out a lot of Billy's other videos on his channel that are about all kinds of things. So thanks for watching, and till next time.